Breaking news, breaking news. Good day, everyone. This is Vince Colosso with Brawlers Sports Boxing Show News. Breaking news, Deontay Wilder is suspended for 6 months. Is this a retirement for him? Now, we all know that Deontay Wilder, he just fought for the heavyweight championship against Tyson Fury. Well, he was suspended for 6 months by the Nevada State Athletic Commission after he was discharged from the hospital late Saturday evening following his devastating loss to nemesis Tyson Fury, who knocked him out in the 11th round of the WBC and lineal heavyweight title bout. Wilder, broke a finger on his left hand, on his right hand, I should say, prompting the commission, along with all of the sanctioning bodies, to suspend him until April, when he will need medical clearance to fight again. Fury, on the other hand, he himself was given a 45-day suspension following the fight, and that was his greatest victory to date. That was a wonderful, exciting fight. Wilder's trainer, Malik Scott, in a very emotional interview, he said that he wants to keep Deontay away from the sport of boxing for a while, to regroup, to plan his next moves, and to just enjoy his family. Fury, on the other hand, in his locker room after his victory, he also plans a sabbatical away from the squared circle because he had only spent 2 weeks out of the last 6 months at home. Now that their legendary trilogy is ended, eager fight fans are pondering what's next for both fighters. Now the big question is, for Wilder fans, is will Deontay Wilder retire? After losing twice and earning a draw versus Fury in his last 3 bouts, is Deontay Wilder ready to pack it in to retire? He did his best in the trilogy match. He knocked Fury down 2 times, but he was outboxed the rest of the fight before being dispatched in the 11th round. Wilder himself was knocked down 3 times, twice in the 11th round. The final one ended the fight. Almost everyone overwhelmingly credits Wilder with a courageous and gutsy performance that in most cases would have gotten him the victory. He was a warrior who wanted nothing less than to go out on his shield, and he did exactly that. The future is going to be very interesting for him. He wants the titles back, but a 4th fight versus Fury, though it's possible and it's potentially very lucrative, it's highly unlikely, at least for the foreseeable future. Now, his next potential match is his next potential opponent will be, his best hope is to fight other top fighters and eliminate them, such as a tournament in which fighters, PBC fighters maybe, take on each other, and Wilder is the prize who offers a big payday. That might not be bad. And that leaves the champion, whoever he may be, with no one else to fight but him. Okay? It's like a minefield. You take out everybody else, and the champion's just you and the champion left. He has nowhere to go. He's got to fight you. The biggest name out there for him is another former heavyweight champion on the comeback trail, Andy Ruiz Jr. Now, Ruiz defeated former unified champion Anthony Joshua by KO in their first match, but lost the belts in the rematch. He came back and won a unanimous decision last summer versus Chris Arreola, in which he was knocked down in the 2nd round. I love that fight. That was in Dignity Health Arena, Health Sports Arena, and it was just wonderful to see that the fans were fighting in the stands while Arreola and Ruiz were mixing it up in the ring. It was crazy. This, during the pandemic, crazy. But Arreola knocked down Ruiz. Ruiz got up off the canvas, rallied to win. It was an impressive victory, and he's the biggest available name that Wilder can attract once he's healed and ready, possibly by summer 2022. This will most likely be Wilder's next fight, unless. What's next for Tyson Fury? Tyson Fury, who won't fight again until early 2022 at the earliest, is looking to fight the winner of the Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk rematch. Usyk upset Joshua on September 25th, beating him by unanimous decision and claiming the WBA, WBO, and IBF belts. If Usyk wins, it's not Usyk, it's Usyk. If Usyk wins, there will almost surely be a Usyk versus Fury unification bout, probably by summer 2022. If Joshua wins, then he'll face Fury. Now, barring a trilogy, Usyk versus Joshua fight, the title will be unified by the summer. Fury, if he wins, will be undefeated and master over everything he surveys, the king of the hill. Tyson Fury is the baddest man on the planet. What's a bigger title than undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world? If memory serves, the last man to hold that title was Riddick Big Daddy Bo, possibly president of the United States. Let me ask you this. Who's more intimidating, Tyson Fury or Joe Biden? Right. Tyson Fury might be hard-pressed to find a worthy adversary to fight him after the dust settles. He'll have beaten the other champions except for, wait for it, Andy Ruiz Jr. There's that name again. Andy Ruiz Jr. is in a good place to earn the payday of his life. He can either be Fury's next opponent, while Usyk versus Joshua 2 and possibly 3 is fought, or he could be Wilder's next opponent after his suspension. Dillian White also figures in the mix, as he's number one. He's one, a fellow Brit, and two, he's coming off an impressive KO of Alexander Povetkin, sending Povetkin into retirement. Now, the Brits are eager to get the title back and hold it a while. Joshua beating Usyk could set up a Fury versus Joshua all-Brit unification battle, which should have been fought, but Wilder filed a successful suit that granted him the trilogy fight, foregoing any negotiated Joshua versus Fury unification match, if there ever was one. I'm looking at you, Eddie Hearn. Now, that matchup could easily fill London's Wembley Stadium, having a capacity of upwards of 100,000 screaming Brits. The last unified heavyweight champion was Lennox Lewis, a Brit, and boxing was founded in Great Britain. So the Brits feel the heavyweight champion should reside there. It's kind of like hockey and Canada. The Canadians feel that they feel they should win the Olympic gold because hockey was founded in Canada. It's like basketball in the United States. And that's why they got the dream team. In conclusion, Deontay Wilder is 35 and enjoyed a long, successful 10-fight title defense of his title, something few others have done. He's a sure Hall of Famer and doesn't want to end his career after a loss. However, he still may have something to prove to himself, and nothing less than winning at least a piece of the heavyweight title will appease him. If he does so, he seals his legacy forever. This is Vince Colosso with Brawlers Sports Boxing Show News. Let's go, champ. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications whenever we post something. We want to post something very good for you, so hit that bell, and we want to thank you for coming.
Brawlers, baby.